What is the secret of your joy? The answer said, oh, that…
For this you do one thing, all of you. Start today, okay?
This is a simple exercise everybody must do. At the end of the day, you sit in your bed and look back on the whole day. This happened. You heard of Lao Tzu? Lao Tzu? Lao Tzu is a celebrated Zen master. Today, even then, he gathered a certain number of disciples around. It's part of the Zen tradition that when the master or the guru is dying, people gather around for a final message. So at the age of 83 or 84, he was passing. So people gathered around him and asked him, Master, what is the secret of your joy? You know, he faced lot of extreme situations in his life. He was accused of things that he had never thought of, and he went through troubles. So people asked, you went through so many things, but you were always joyful. What is the secret of your joy? Lao Tzu said, oh, that… it's just that every day in the morning when I woke up, I used to get a question. The question is, today, shall I be joyful or miserable? Till now, I just happened to choose joy, that's all. So, have you made your choice, I'm asking? Every day in the morning, if a question comes to you, I will come and ask you a question every day in the morning. Today, you're going to be joyful or miserable. What's your choice? You must make this choice every day. Today, I'm going to be joyful. Joy is not a goal by itself. It is just that when you're joyful, you're pleasant to the world. When you're joyful, you're sensible in your head. When you're joyful, you will not do stupid things against yourself.
There is nobody who's not been happy. Everybody's been happy. But the problem is they're not able to maintain it, that's all.
So, you don't have to enforce any resolutions upon yourself, just little tools to make sure that you don't sink. Suppose, let's say your life is done, you're on your deathbed, tomorrow you're going to die. If you look back and see, is it all worthwhile? Have you done things that you really wanted to do? Don't look at it at the end of your life, you must look at it at the beginning of your life. Suppose you're on your deathbed, you're going to die, maybe you lived 100 years, but look back and see, has life been worthwhile? Have you done things that really matter to you or no? Because most people get truthful only if death is imminent. Otherwise, they know how to lie to themselves and to everybody. Most people tell the truth only when you put a gun to their head, unfortunately. I'm saying don't wait for somebody else to put the gun, you put it tonight and watch. Suppose I'm going to die now. Have I done things that are really worthwhile in my life? Things that I could be proud of, things that are worth spending my life upon? Has my life been done this way? If you just look at this, you will make an impact on the society, whatever you do. Whatever you do, you will make an impact. We do not know what you can do and cannot do in your life. Whether you're going to become the richest man in the world or the most beautiful woman on the planet, you're going to climb Mount Everest, or you're going to beat Mr. Bolt in a 100-meter race, I don't know about these things. But every one of you can strive to become a wonderful human being and nobody can deny that to you. Nor people, nor world situations, nor inclement weather can deny this to you, that you want to be a wonderful human being, nobody to stop you. So I want you to do a simple process. Write down 3 things
Write down three things when you go home. Whatever you think makes a human being into a wonderful human being, just three things, and make it a reality in your life. What you think is the highest. Don't do what I want, please do what you want. In your life, if you do not do what you want, it'll become a wasted life. You don't have to do what somebody else wants, but three things that you think will make a human being into a truly wonderful human being. These three things, make it a reality.
As it is said, a man is ill only because he does not know how to be still. Because in stillness, you're in touch with a dimension way beyond creation. So if one has to attain to that grace, at least a certain amount of stillness has to enter your life. For this to happen, a certain level of silence has to enter your life. If right now if it is not coming, at least practicing a little bit of Maum. In an hour, if you're speaking 1,573 words right now, how many more? How many words do you spit out in a minute? 1,573, you actually doing that many? I thought that's impossible. Okay, I believe you. So whatever number you're doing, see if you can articulate the same things that you're saying with half the number of words. Suddenly you will become extremely conscious of everything. Right now, our oral diarrhea is happening. If you're doing 1573, it's diarrhea, okay. Now, if you have to hold back half the words and still say the same things, now you have to be very conscious, otherwise you cannot say it. Just try this and see. Tomorrow, one day. In an hour, normally what number of words you utter, make it half. Don't curtail your activity, still say the same things, but with half the words. How wonderful the whole world will feel, you know. World will be a wonderful place, I'm telling you, tomorrow, if everybody does this. Many marriages will be saved.
This is a simple exercise everybody must do. At the end of the day, you sit in your bed and look back on the whole day from the morning you got up, how you've been going around. You will see 90% of the time you're quite stupid. I'm being generous with percentage, believe me. If you're given little work, if you're just given little responsibility, suddenly you become so important. You become bigger than the universe suddenly. How many times you expanded beyond the size of the universe? If you look at it, you will see most of the time it's bloated. How many times you became immortal, that is, you're not conscious of your mortality. Just… and how many times did you walk around looking at people and things around you without any sense of involvement? Just three things, you watch out. You will see, you'll have to laugh through the night. Don't start crying. Just learn to laugh at your stupidity. You will see all the rubbish you carry will turn into manure very fast. And manure is good for growth, you know. Yes.
The next 12 months, you make yourself in such a way that you are not the issue in your life, not at all. Can you do this to yourself? You deserve this, I'm telling you. That you're not the trouble. Only if somebody is causing trouble to you, some trouble in your life. If you sit alone, you're never the trouble. Make yourself like that. For this, you do one thing, all of you. Start today, okay? One thing that you don't want yourself to be. One small aspect, okay? Drop it today. Every full moon day, drop one more thing. However small it is, but concrete step, not big things. No, I will give up my anger. I don't believe such nonsense. You can say, from now on if I get angry, I will just shut my mouth, I won't say. This is doable. Yes? I will not get angry is not… right now not doable, isn't it? So like this, one concrete step every month you take about yourself. Something that you do not like, something that you feel is not necessary for your life, one little thing dropped every month. In 12 months' time, you will be a wonderful human being, that you are not an issue. Do that to yourself, you deserve this and it's worth it, isn't it?
See about breaking heart. I don't have a broken heart because I gave away my heart very early on in my life, so nobody can break it, you know. I gave it away. You should do that, then nobody can break it. See, we must understand this. What is a love affair? Is it okay? Mechanics of love affair, we can look at it. I'm not trying to de-romanticize everything. It's just this. Let's say you were 10 years of age. Looked around, the world was quite normal. Hello? Was it normal when you were 10, 12? It was normal. I'm not picking on you because you're in the first row, okay? So it was looking quite normal. Suddenly, after some time, you got little poisoned, chemically poisoned. Then you looked, every little bump on somebody's body looks like a world by itself. Hello? Till then everything was okay, isn't it? You're 10, 12, it's okay. You became 13 and you look like this, suddenly this is a world by itself. The neighborhood squawny girl who didn't mean a damn thing to you, suddenly she's the focus, she's the apple of your eye. Yes? So this is because your intelligence has been hijacked by your hormones. So it is making funny things happen. It is making you believe all kinds of things. When you look back and say you'll feel stupid, but it's okay. There's nothing wrong about it. But it's very important that we understand what's happening to us. Otherwise, we'll do idiotic things that we may regret later, you know. It is not a question of morality, it is a question of handling our life sense. Serial heartbreak business can leave you paranoid about anything, about bonding with anybody in your life. Yes or no? You had serial heartbreaks, it looked like fun for some time. After some time, you just don't actually trust anybody in your life because another human being is a problem, always. Only when our emotions allow you to cross that problem, in some way they get included. But if we have serial heartbreaks, we will never allow our emotion to cross those barriers. We will always be cautious because anyway this is come with a… expiry date. Huh? When people come with an expiry date, yes, there is an expiry date for all of us, but relationships, the idea of building relationships is that it's of support on all levels of life, so that two people, that means two brains and two bodies can do better than one in many ways, in various aspects of life, in profession, in domestic situation, in life, in companionship, in emotion, in arranging and organizing our lives, in every way. Two people can do better than one person, that is the idea. And of course, nature is pushing us together because nature doesn't care about your love affair, it just wants you to reproduce. Yes? You think Mother Nature is worried whether you love or you don't love? It wants you to reproduce. But we've overdone that a little bit. There's no hurry, we don't have to yield to that. Hello? Yes. If you were a tiger, I would encourage you, please reproduce, reproduce, because it's an endangered species. Human beings definitely not endangered, we are endangering everything. So, reproduction is not the purpose right now, we have kept it aside. But nature's push is towards that. But we have emotional needs, physical needs, psychological needs, maybe financial and social needs, variety of needs. To conduct these needs in a dignified way, to conduct these needs in a… See, once you come as a human being, you can't do things, though they're the same things what the animals do, but we would like to do it more gracefully, consciously. Whether we eat or we copulate or we sleep, we like to do it little more aesthetically right. That's an important thing. For that, we need the cooperation of another person who is also somehow congruent to us. Every 2 days if you have heartbreaks and going on, well, you will see the trouble of that.
That's a time where she needs to be cared for, protected, taken care of, but over a period of time, somebody makes this a discriminatory process. We are born from that, if that is impure, our very birth is impure and the creation is impure. Now this… you made a very sweeping statement, a prejudice from the spiritual dimension. I want you to understand, spiritually, there is no mention of menstrual cycles anywhere because spiritually you cannot have menstrual cycles. Only physiologically you can have, okay? So it's a physiological issue which reflects as a psychological factor in a certain segment of women, I wouldn't say everyone, but quite a substantial segment of women find a reflection of their physiological process in their psychological makeup, which is a fact that has to be taken care of. If this is being said only because some temples and other things have said women cannot enter at that time, you need to understand this, from where this comes from. Today's woman you forget about. How she's equipped, how she's capable of handling her bodily needs and other things are a different matter. I want you to look back 1,000 years ago. What kind of sanitary facilities did she have? What kind of processes did she have? So, there could be issues about that, isn't it? It's only for that reason, they said, and above all, you need to understand the level of physical activity for a normal woman in those days. Cooking for 15, 20 people, taking care of the cows, taking care of the children, everything is hers. It's a tremendous amount of physical activity. So, the woman who is going through a certain process of her cycle, she gets 3 days, 4 days break from everything. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Because that's a time where it is almost like a malting period for a woman on one level. It's not as big as malting, but it's almost like that. That's a time where she needs to be cared for, protected, taken care of. Somebody else cooks for you, which never happens in her life. Every day she cooks, for those 4 days somebody else cooks for her, somebody else serves her food, she sits alone by herself, she meditates, she sings, she does prayer. Isn't this a good way of doing things, I'm asking? Do not consider this as today's life. Look back 1,000 years ago when these things were made. It was a very good way of protecting our women. But over a period of time, somebody makes this a discriminatory process. A woman should not come here, should not come there. That is just out of ignorance certain things happen. It has nothing to do with the spiritual world, because if my mother did not have menstrual cycles, I wouldn't be born. No. We are born from that, if that is impure, our very birth is impure and the creation is impure. It's a ridiculous thought even to think like that. It is not because of purity and impurity this has come, it has come for practical reasons. Even today I meet thousands of women who suffer a lot at that time because they still have to go to work, they still have to deal with everything. There are many of them who are on medication at that time just to keep their psychological balance. They would definitely enjoy rest They would definitely enjoy a little bit of seclusion from everything that they are doing. But thinking it is pure impure question is coming in a very rudimentary mind. It is no fundamental sense about life. The fear is simply because you're not living with life, you're living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. That means your fear is always about that which does not exist. If your fear is about the non-existent, your fear is 100% imaginary. If you're suffering the non-existential, we call that insanity. So, people may be in just socially accepted levels of insanity, but if you're afraid or if you're suffering anything which does not exist, it amounts to insanity, isn't it? People are always suffering, either what happened yesterday or what may happen tomorrow. So your suffering is always about that which does not exist, simply because you're not rooted in reality. You're always rooted in your mind. Mind is… one part of it is memory, another part of it is imagination. Both of them are in one way imagination, because both of them don't exist right now. You're lost in your imagination, that's the basis of your fear. If you were rooted in reality, there would be no fear.